the Trevor Jackson Podcast.
Comes to the millions, it ain't what it seems. What success mean to you, it don't mean that for me. You want clout, I see freedom, we don't see the same things.
Smooth.
That's a problem, cuz.
That's a cut right there. Straight banger.
Before we get into the next conversation, I want you to tell me, like, or not even tell me, I don't like trying to tell people what to say, but success, speak objectively about success. Like, what does it mean to you, and how can it mean something different to multiple people, cuz?
To speak to it for myself, what I'm saying, obviously being here for 40 years of life now, man, like you said in the song, man, success is seen differently through all eyes. I feel like a motherfucker can be down bad and still feel or see success, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the richest and most wealthiest motherfucker may not feel successful. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But for me and myself, I think just being able to live carefree and be able to do as you feel, whether that's doing whatever you want to do or not doing shit, but like just being successful in your life and being able to. I don't know, man. I just think doing what you want to do, that's success in and of itself, man.
That's true.
Like, I don't know. You ain't gotta have the glitz and glam. You ain't gotta be the richest motherfucker. You could be just doing just whatever it is in life that you wanted to do, that you happy with. I don't know, man. I just think, what I mean? It's a big, that's broad, man. Like success,
some people want clout.
Yeah.
Some people want freedom. And we don't see the same things. That's what it say in the song. A lot of people want attention versus the freedom to do whatever they want to do. That's basically what you were saying. The ability to be able to wake up and make the decisions to choose to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That's success to the majority. But success could be able to wake up and be able to eat today because I didn't eat yesterday. Waking up and being able to do something that's minimal to the majority could be successful to somebody that's from the minority. I feel like, that's a broad statement, and that is the second record off of the album, you know what I'm saying? And that's the first single off the album that'll be released July the 3rd. It will be released July the 3rd. And, when you celebrating the 4th of July, that's something that me and Jack, we always went above and beyond on the 4th of July. So that's something that you can listen to and have a perspective about the record success, man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, you gotta, I think in your record, you lay it out and you map it out well, and it gives you your through your vision, through your eyes of what success is, you know what I mean? Probably minute, because you know what I'm saying, you can go on and on about what success is, but just within that record, I think you can get a good idea of how you feel about it too, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And people can like pick up on things, man. But like, it could be helping somebody else, you know what I'm saying? That's success. Or it ain't even got to be about yourself, man. It could be doing for others or whatever. But like being able, like you said, just to wake up and live free and make decisions freely and things like that. I think for me, that's what success is for me. Not even saying that in my career that I've made it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or, because everybody starts in certain positions, and hopefully you elevate and grow and move up with whatever that is, you know what I mean? But like success is just not within a job. Success is life, living life, having opportunities, experiences, and things like that, man. So
yeah, you killed it with that.
Yeah.
opportunities and experiences because yeah, I agree with you because success could be a multitude of things. It's a broad conversation and that's what if not me then who is about cuz broad conversations because I'm speaking on this project from my experiences, but when you listen to the records, I'm trying to put it on the listener so they can realize that no matter where you come from, no matter your circumstances, you can achieve whatever you choose
Facts, man. That's good music right there, man. Shit.
to. Let's get into this conversation. You know, David Banner was talking about HBCUs because
Mm.
I don't know much about the college experience, but I know a plethora of things about the black experience. You are a man that went to colleges and you're very educated in a lot of realms. I want you to hear this. I want the people that's watching this to hear this. Let's get into this conversation and let's just break it down to what we think about it.
HBCUs, we are the only fucking colleges that send our best and our brightest to go and work for other people. I believe HBCUs are supposed to teach you what you're supposed to be. I don't care what that is. It can be Muslim, it could be Moors, it can be indigenous people, it can be African. I don't give a fuck. But that 350 to 500 years that we lost, and then that oppression that we still go through, HBCUs are supposed to reinstill that in us. Like, I learned more about being black at white colleges that I went to after Southern than I did at Southern. And most, I won't say most, but a lot of parents who didn't have an opportunity and they moved out west and they moved to New York, they send their kids back to HBCUs to get a black experience. And black experience goes further than just being around black people.
That's real.
So that if we say that we're HBCUs, what the fuck does that mean? What do you get from going to a HBCU? You are supposed to teach us how to be black, how to be African, how to be whatever we call ourselves today. And I think we spend more time in trying to socialize. But then when I started studying more, some of these places that we think are HBCUs, they're really normal schools. They're schools that white people paid to send either their illegitimate black children or they sent black people there to break them. And so we have to know the mission statement of these so-called black colleges, and then those who are doing what they're supposed to do, we gotta hold them to.
What?
I know it's heavy cuz I'm sorry, but
Nah, you good.
I feel like, you know, America is a capitalist society, and you know, I'm not a father, first of all, and teaching kids is something that should start in the household before it starts in the school. And
Facts.
you know, David Banner has a perspective. He said they're supposed to teach us how to be black. They're supposed to teach us how to be African. But you know, as people that is black, I think that's something that should be taught in the household. You know what your roots is, where you come from, if you black, if you have white in your family, if you have Indian in your family, if you have African in your family, we should understand that, you know, our roots, where our roots start at. I know that Andrew Jackson had a plantation in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my last name is Jackson. Jack last name is Jackson. I've done research of where our plantation started from, and you know, my grandfather. You know, he doesn't have that much African roots. He has American roots in him, a lot of American roots, and indigenous American roots, and it's not that much African in him. But I had to learn that on my own through blood testing and stuff. School creates debt. Anytime you're in America and you dealing with finances, you know, I don't know how to teach this to children because I don't have children. But anytime you're dealing with finances, you got to understand capitalism. And that's something that is prioritized over human beings' life. So when you getting into debt with schools and colleges and stuff, they're not going to teach you about your lineage or where you come from. They're going to teach you how to go into this workforce and go get a job and contribute to America's system.
Yeah, you ain't said nothing but facts, cuz like, I think back to well, Let Me Breathe when we did that, and a piece in my verse I said parents got to teach the kids not to schools, like, because that's what I feel like I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Within my household with my kids, like, they taking and pulling so much stuff out of the systems. You know what I mean? And they're only teaching them, like you said, just how to go out and survive and live in the workforce, and what you need to do to be able to go get a job. Like when it comes to like historical stuff and things like that, like David Banner was saying, like, he feels like, but for me it's like, you say you go to a HBCU and they need to teach you how to be African American, or like, bro, like,
Or
we
black or African.
black, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that ain't what that's for. I think HBCUs is to put our kind with, it's like people, you know what I'm saying, the black folk, you know what I'm saying. So now you're around people to be able to socialize and learn from each other, like what we teach. We should be teaching each other certain things, you know what I mean. Not even the HBCU, like, but when they should be. But like now it's just like socializing and learning and bouncing ideas and stories off of each other. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel that's there for. Like, and for me, like, yes, it would be. I wouldn't hate it if, like, I live by 3 HBCUs here in Nashville, but like for myself, like, and my kids, like, hopefully I give you enough information and guidance on what you want to know and what we want to give you, to be able to allow you to go out and be at whatever school you want to go to. You know what I'm saying? With not no worries about you not knowing yourself and your background and your heritage or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think HBCUs are. I don't want to be disrespectful when I say this, but I would say necessary, because if you giving it to if you giving information and light to your kids, then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm listening to you, cuz, and I heard you, and you speaking something that really caught my attention, because me and you had a conversation earlier about growing up in an environment that was a village.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people want them kids to have those experiences that we had growing up, that a lot of people ain't having now.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up with aunties, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, everybody in the same neighborhood. And now people are living in these communities that they paying $500,000 for, with a whole bunch of different people, and they don't have a village.
Yeah.
They stand in the house. So they send their kids to the HBCUs and feel like that's a village when it's not. I feel like it's not. You shouldn't have to pay $50K a semester to create a village. That should be something that is given. We should have our own communities, our own neighborhoods, to where that these people in this community is looking out for your child's best interest. If you don't have food today, you can go over here and they have food. If y'all ain't playing kickball at my house, you can come over to my house and play kickball. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things.
You building it as they go. You know what I'm saying?
If I can't braid hair over here, then such and such gonna braid hair down the street. You don't gotta go to these people to get your nails done. The girls can come down here and I pay for everybody nails to get done. It's a community. That's I don't know, cuz it's different.
Yeah, that's heavy for sure though, man. And I feel like with what he's saying, I don't know. It's another one of those. It's another, different perspective, a different ideology, on what you expect or what you look to seek from a HBCU versus like going to Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you can get. It's not a HBCU, but you can get that. You can go there. You can join the African American whatever, or they have these type of clubs and this and that. But then you get to experience the other side, and it's not derived off the historically black community or the black college. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, I would love my kids to, obviously I'm gonna teach them everything I know about our history, about the black society, about us as people, but also that's not gonna be the only thing. I want you to be able to have a wider,
broad
view of everything, so you can be well versed in everything, and it's not just this school. You know what I'm saying? Because David Banner said he went to Southern, then he went somewhere else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And he learned more at somewhere else being black than he learned at Southern. That was
Southern.
Crazy.
That's crazy. And that I was like that was one thing I picked up. Like, wow, I know he's a sharp dude for sure.
Yeah, he's very sharp. And I want to play another clip with you, and then we're gonna. I got a lot of racial topics on here though, but this is very educational though, and it's great to have me and your perspective on these topics because I feel like people can learn and be entertained at the same time about these topics. But it's an Officer Tatum. He's a Republican individual. He's a person that is he holds Trump nuts in his hand. Like that, he holding both of them up like that, Officer Tatum, and making sure that Trump is comfortable. But he talks about identifying as black, and I'm gonna play this clip, and we're gonna give a great perspective about this because black to me is something that really needs to be broken down to the root. Let's listen to this, cuz. Tell me your thoughts about this after we play this.
Trying to figure out, Officer Tatum, what the hell is wrong with looking at yourself as black first before you're anything else, black before you're American, black before you're anything else. What's wrong with that?
Okay, because all black people ain't the same, and like for instance, we all different. So when I say I'm black, what does that mean? The color of my skin.
Can I interject right there?
No. Black people from New York is different than black people from the South. Black people from Africa that came over here as immigrants are very different than African Americans. We are all different. We're diverse like anybody else. When white people say I'm white first, what does that mean?
Let's stick with black people in this regard. When you talk about the slave trade, and you said we were enslaved and then traded all over the world. Who were those people? Black people.
Well,
I'm simply saying if you identify with that from an historical perspective, these are my ancestors. This is what we endured. This is where I come from, and that's what I identify with first. Because to some degree, I'm still feeling some remnants of that even in today's society. I'm saying if you identify yourself as black before you identify yourself as American, what you're doing is saying, coming out of the womb, I'm going to be at a disadvantage because I'm in America and I'm going to have to scratch and claw and have an uphill climb. Now, that doesn't mean you give up. That doesn't mean you use it as a crutch. It doesn't mean that you sit up there and use that as a reason to be lackadaisical and have a defeatist attitude and don't work your way and maneuver your way through that terrain in order to get to that point. But it does mean you at least acknowledging that, there are historical insidious acts that are associated with this particular nation that I live in. And as a result, I recognize the fact that I'm going to have to march forward and it's going to be a uphill climb for me to get to where I'm going. If somebody identifies that with blackness, you can do that.
But Stephen A., that's not always true that every black person have to suffer an uphill climb. That's not true. And we'll go back to like what I said. My ancestors came from Nigeria, so I know that, through my ancestry.com research that my people came over here as slaves. Not every black person in America came from slavery. It wasn't the case. Not every black person in America migrated here and was in the South. Some of them went to the North and were in indentured service and they never were slaves. Some black people came over here and became slave owners and were not slaves themselves. So it's a very dynamic differentiation between the experience of black people in its totality as existing in America. So me saying I'm black first before I'm an American, I think that's a misnomer. I think that's you're pigeonholing yourself, because if you are going to say I'm black, that means negative. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage, man. And I say I'm an American first because I believe in American values. My ancestors fought that I can be free in this country. All of our ancestors were not the same, didn't come from the same countries, didn't speak the same languages. We are a diverse people, and we don't need to be looking at a skin color, because I don't agree with a lot of stuff black people do. We ain't the same people. If you sagging your pants and gang banging and doing stuff that you're not supposed to, we ain't the same.
Hey, that was a complex conversation, cuz. Did you hear anything in that conversation? What caught your attention first?
The piece, just really the piece about the American, like he don't look at skin color first. He look at, like, American first. I get it, but on the outside first, you got a skin tone. You black, bro. You a black American. You an American. You're not a white American. You a black American. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to be able to know. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? We not all black people not the same. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, like, I'm going to embrace the fact that I am a African American at the forefront, and then everything else can kind of work itself out. You know what I'm saying?
What's poppin', Jonah?
Say, what's happening?
He got his lid on and everything, don't he, fam?
Uh-huh.
What's good, boy? I see you, boy.
One of the two that made me a father.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The boy looking good and healthy and excited to see pops.
But yeah, that to me stood out. Just the fact of him saying that. I mean, for you, what caught your attention?
I don't agree with Officer Tatum, because I know what he is doing that for. He is basically a person that is representing something that I can't resonate with. But what I do resonate with is that, America created this racial system, black and white, that removed people from the root of who they really are. And, I'm a black person by society standards, but I'm not black, though, cuz. That's a color. That's not a people.
Yeah.
Just like white, it's a system. White people aren't white. Most of them come from England. You know what I'm saying? Or they come from a different place, and they're not just white. You have to accept that to be able to identify with that. It's just crazy. It's a conversation that needs to be had, though, because that system is overpowering people and making people racist about something that's really not non-existent. It's a construct. It really doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
What's going on, boy? What's good, Haven? Hey, that's what's up, cuz, man.
Daddy.
I know the babies want your time.
2 seconds. I'll be done.
Okay, I know
My
the babies.
bad.
Nah, it's good, cuz I know the babies want your time, and I know you got to give them your time because it's Father's Day and they really to celebrate you.
Yeah.
But in closing, what's your thoughts about what was said from David Banner and Officer Tatum?
For me, the biggest thing is embracing your culture, for one, and being able to display and give wisdom and guidance to whether that your kids, to people in your society, people around you. And then something you said too is just, going back to that village piece, you know what I'm saying? Because like me and my family are in a city where we don't have a village of people, but we've started to create that, you know what I'm saying? And I really like that, and I'm glad that we're able to have people around us to be able to help us, like you said, like, hey, look, some of our values align on what we think and what we believe in life, where we can take our kids and involve them with other kids and other families and things like that. So I think that's a blessing for us to be able to be in this city and have met people that we can count on and that we trust and things like that, and where we can get together and have communion, you know what I'm saying, so to speak, to be able to, give light to our kids. People can give light to my kids, and then vice versa, have multiple voices and be able to hopefully show our kids the way internally versus externally, depending on a school, depending on a teacher, but my kids gonna know it's like, hey, this is what my
Depending
daddy's
upon race too.
race.
Because
and
it
stuff.
don't matter if they white, they Chinese or whatever. You create that village of people that respects you and understands you as a whole. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. It's not just a community of black people either. We got white friends. We got just different races, man, and you got to be able to have that because, like I said, I'm black, but my mom's white. You know what I'm saying? My dad's black, and my mom's white. But I align myself with Black America. But I can vibe with everybody. It don't matter, and that's what I love about myself and a lot of the people I rock with. We don't just, it ain't just black people or whatever. I'm fucking with everybody, man. As long as you got good intention, good vibes and stuff, man. I'm rocking with you, and I'm with you. You feel me? Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got on that, man. Yeah. Hey, the officer guy though, man, I don't know. I might have to look into him a little bit more.
I'm gonna send you a link. A link. It's gonna trip you out. I want you and Kesey baby to watch them together too, cuz.
Okay.
Hey, I appreciate your time. Tell the babies I love them, cuz. I'm about to continue on with the podcast. I appreciate you, cuz, for real.
I love you, fam, and I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it, cuz.
All right, cuzzo.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Hey, boy, Jack came on the show, gave a great take, man. I liked how he closed out about looking at things as a whole, in totality. Race is a social construct that was created to keep us divided, and that shouldn't be. I want to get into another conversation about music. But before I get into that conversation, I want to play a record. I'm playing records off of my up-and-coming album, If Not Me, Then Who, because, it's just something that is unprecedented. It's something that y'all going to remember 20 years from now if you support me, if you represent me. The book is coming with the album, the double disc, the vinyl, the interviews, the videos. I put my life, I put my soul behind this project, man, and I hope that y'all appreciate it. Let's get into the opportunities featuring Lex Lucchese. Let's go. We're getting back to the record, y'all. I apologize.
The city, we in something nice. Michelin star dinner, cooker less about the price. Celebrate the wins, celebrate the losses. A player stay cautious, they hate when you ballin'. Made the lames nauseous, they sick of the flaw.
I'm sorry, we're gonna start it from the top. Let's get to it. The opportunities. Let's go.
Jackson Podcast.